Alrighty, what's going on, everyone? Just wanted to go over a few of the plays today, and of course, a few plays I'm watching going into tomorrow. So first off, the two main plays today we saw really have nice chart patterns and really give lots of traders opportunities to trade are NAKD and BOXL. So we're gonna start off with BOXL actually because um, that one had a lot of volume, a lot of range, and this one just had so many opportunities to trade it. And I personally traded it, and I made just around $377 on it. And boy, did I really mess up this trade. I accidentally exited the trade only because I was hovering my index figure over the sell button, and then I just reacted over to level 2, and I pressed the sell button. I didn't mean to, but you know, it happened. But yeah, so here's BOXL. You can see this one had a very nice grinding pattern all day long, just making new highs. And the most important thing is, excuse me, that's my dog playing with her chew toys. Hey, the most important thing is how it was holding previous resistance as new support constantly throughout the day. So you can see, let's just zoom in here right into the morning. So here's the morning action. Had a very clean breakout over this 230 area, and that just made it really explode on overall low volume still, up to the $3 area. So what we want to do first, we want to look at one, what is the float? Two, what is the overall daily chart saying? And three, what is the catalyst for this play? This is the kind of checklist we do use every single time we look at a stock, and every single time we are looking to trade, no matter what. So first thing we can do is go over to bamsec.com, and this is how you can look at all of the SEC filings that a company has, and it's a really good way to look at what type of news the company has. But you can see here we have no recent news, no recent filings, so overall it's not too useful to look at this in this situation. But the main thing we do know is, okay, there is no true catalyst. Next, let's go to finviz.com. So if we go to finviz.com, we type in BOXL, we can look at what the true float is of this company. So we can see right here the float is just around 5 million shares, and institutions only own 1.7%, which is not really too significant. So overall the float is 5.11 mil. Next, let's look at the daily chart. So what does the daily chart tell us? Let's just erase all these lines for now, and we can see that, wow, this has had a really huge run in the past. In the past, it went from the $3 up to $17.50, which shows that once this has volume, it definitely can run. And if you look at these candles, it has lots of very long candles, which mean that whenever that day happened, it had a very nice run. But overall, ultimately, it fell back down. So we can see that over time, this has really just dropped down significantly. And recently, it has been making new all-time lows, which is bad because everyone just keeps selling, selling, and selling. Eventually, no one's going to be around to sell anymore, and then it starts to make a rounded bottom, and this gives new investors confidence to go long. And whenever you have this kind of oversold pattern and then rounds out right here, this is going to draw in lots of buyers, and it's not going to really have a good reason to have people go and short it. So this means that overall there's going to be lots of buying pressure. And then the main catalyst just happens to be the fact that this is a stock that's a low float, and it got lots of volume on the right day. So there was no news catalyst, nothing at all. It just happened to, you know, have people buy it. One, because of the low float. Two, because of the nice pattern on the daily chart, and 3 because of the fact that if you look at the history, it has had a massive run in the past. So BOXL, that's the reason why it ran, and that's essentially what you can do every single time you look at a stock and really just break down the pieces of why people decided to buy this one play up. Now, as far as actually playing BOXL, all we have to do is look at our chart, and we see, okay, once this broke out over the 225 area, it ran up to nearly $3. But we can see that this candle is kind of like a very long candle, which means that the price only held up there like maybe for 10-20 seconds, not even that, which means that the price isn't too significant. So what we can do is use a line chart, and that really just like brings the line down further, and then we can see, okay, actually the true resistance is probably mainly around 283, 285. So we can use that area as the main level of resistance, and we can see we tapped it here once, we tapped it twice, we came back down, we held previous resistance as new support overall, which was like at the 230 level, and we can see we had this nice bottom here at the 238. It made a higher low, used VWAP as its resistance, and then it broke over VWAP, had very nice volume, and right here you can see very nice holding right against that breakout level of the 280s and overall $3. And this is where like we went long in the Trade Buddy chat room. Let me just get my chart over here real quick and I'll show you. So here's a picture of my buys on BOXL. You can see here's my entry position at the 285 and the 286 level, and then I added more at 307, which was kind of not the best add there. And then I took some profits off here at 3.2, and then here's where I accidentally flattened out the rest of my position and lost a lot of my profit potential. And then here's where I got back in one last time just to get the nice move up to 350s. So overall on that plate I made just around $390. So then it just kept on just doing the same thing, holding previous resistance as support. And this is overall the most important thing you need to really understand when you're going to be a trader that's long biased, is that you need to find these plays that are holding previous resistance as support, because it becomes very simple. All you need to do is you identify the level of resistance that is broken out of, you let the stock break out, and then you just leave a bunch of orders around the previous resistance, which should now be support. And then you get a very awesome dip buy, and it's almost stress-free. Look, you could have had this dip buy here, right here at the 310s area, using the previous resistance. And once it retested that area and bounced, it never touched that area one more time, and it was clear above 350s within the next 15 minutes and hit a high of almost $5. So it's really important to use this idea of previous resistance becomes support, because it'll help you understand whether or not this stock is ultimately very bullish or if it's not so bullish. So that's BOXL. Next, I really just want to talk about INUV, because this is what I think is going to be in play tomorrow. I'm not too sure about it, but the main thing I'm looking at on INUV, let me just use this chart in the middle. Main thing I'm looking at is the daily chart. So the main thing with INUV is that this was in play yesterday because they had very good news. I believe they acquired, yeah, they had the merger transaction go through, and that's what brought in a ton of volume on yesterday. And today it overall held its support levels over 120. So going into tomorrow, the main play I'm going to be looking for is the breakout over 150 and 155s. If we see that, we could easily watch this go up to the $2 area. Not the best daily chart, I do have to say, but this volume is huge, and it's larger than whatever we have seen in the past. So overall, the resistance isn't going to matter too much. The float on INUV, let me just double check this real quick. The float on INUV is around 23 million. However, institutions own around 35% of that. So just some quick math, that's probably around an 18 million share float in the end. So it's not a super small float, but you know, it's not massive. The main thing we need is buying volume in the end. So I'm not gonna even touch INUV, not until there is a definite obvious breakout with a volume using this 155 level. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video lesson. Hopefully you learned something new about trading. If you want to learn more about day trading, you can use the links down below. The one thing you can join is my lifetime mentorship program. It's going to give you lifetime access into my penny stock mastery course and 1 year access into the Trade Buddy trading community. It's a very awesome value, and I highly recommend you check it out. If you just want to check out the chat room, the link is down below on that as well. And it's just a very awesome place to be. Whether you're a new trader, whether you're an experienced trader, it doesn't really matter. It's a very awesome and friendly community where you can really hone in your trading skills and meet other like-minded traders. Alright, so once again, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And I really hope you hit the subscribe button and join the Trade Buddy community.